What's going on, guys? My name is Travis here at UNR Fitness with Muscle and Hustle drop-in class. Today we're going to go ahead and go through an at-home workout that you guys can do with no equipment. Okay, we're just going to be using body weight, and primarily today we're going to focus on our lower half. Okay, so a lot of legs. Going to give you some exercises that you can do with no equipment whatsoever. Kind of keep you going. That way when you do get back into the gym, you're going to be good to go, ready to push some weight around. Okay, so as always, we'll go ahead and get started with a nice dynamic warm-up. Nothing too crazy, just something to get you moving, get the heart rate elevated, the muscles moving, working, and prepared for some bit more challenging exercise. Okay, so we'll go ahead and start with our 3 lower body exercises or warm-up movements, dynamic warm-ups that we've been working on. We're going to work on a calf stretch, we're going to go through an inchworm, working on those hamstrings, and then lastly going through a Spider-Man, world's greatest stretch, whatever you want to call it, just to kind of finish off stretching, warming up those hips. Okay, so go ahead and follow along with me at home. Pause the video if you need to, fast forward it, whatever you need to do out of this workout. All right, guys, go ahead and follow along. We'll get started. We're gonna start down in push-up position, just kind of massaging, if you will, those calves. So nice and long here, and we're just gonna bend a knee, push back into the opposite leg, nice and straight, and we're just alternating back and forth there. So no particular number of reps here. Do as many as you feel like you need or want. Maybe 10 or so on each side, keeping your butt down. Big push, should get a good calf stretch. If you're not getting a stretch, see if you can push a little deeper into the heel. Perfect. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and move into our inchworm. So back to push-up position here, nice and long. And then I'm gonna walk my hands, small steps, pushing back into those heels, looking for a good stretch through the upper back portion of the leg. We'll walk it back out to push-up position and then back in. See if we can get about 5 or so of these. And we'll go one more. Big stretch, hold for about 10 seconds. Make sure you're not bouncing. Just a nice long pause into those heels. Walk it forward. And you can take a knee. Shake out the arms a little bit if you need to. Take a little bit of a rest. And then we're gonna go back into that same position. So we're nice and long here again. We're going to step with the right foot outside of the right hand. My back leg is still nice and long. And then I'm going to do a big rotation, looking at the fingertips over top. Back down, and I'll step it back. So we'll go ahead and alternate. Same thing, left foot, left arm, big rotation, back down, and switch. Just get about 3 to 5 or so on each side. Taking your time, working on breathing a little bit. Really open that chest up as you rotate. I'm just gonna do one more on each side. Perfect. Good. So for today, that's a pretty solid warm up. Again, always doing a little thing before you just jump into your workout. And you know, for some of you that might be a little bit challenging, and that's okay. So you can dial it back, do fewer reps, modify it however you need to, just kind of get yourself moving. Okay. Our first exercise we're going to do today is going to kind of be an isolation movement for the hamstrings. Also work on stabilizing the hips, using the core quite a bit, okay? So find a mat, go onto the ground, maybe go onto the carpet, something soft. So we're gonna go all the way onto the back here. From the top portion, we're gonna think about driving our elbows into the ground. We're gonna flatten our back so I'm not arched here and there's not a gap under my back. I wanna keep it flat. And then from here, I'm going to think about pushing my hips up high towards the ceiling. So maintaining this position with the hips is the goal, okay? And then from here, I'm gonna take small steps out with my feet. One, 2, 2, 3, 3. Nice and long, keep those hips high, and then we're gonna walk them in until your feet are flat, as close to your butt as you can get. So that's one. Again, the goal here is not to shift or rock the hips. We want to keep them square up towards the ceiling and making sure we're limiting any movement side to side as we go. And you can go out as far or as close as you want. Take small steps. Really limit that rotation at the hips. You can challenge yourself and go a little bit further. So work through this, maybe get up to about 10 reps or so. Once you got 10, go ahead and set your hips down and rest. Just do a couple more here. Keeping good tension through the elbows and the arms, pushing hard into the mat. And I'll go one more. And rest. Perfect. Good. So after you get about 10 reps or so of that, we're going to go ahead and just do bridges. So we're just going to start from our bottom position. We'll push those hips up high, tap the bottom on the ground, and up again. And we'll get about 10 here. So really squeezing glutes, your butt muscles, driving your feet into the ground hard, driving those elbows into the ground hard. Get a good contraction through the backside. Perfect. Once you got about 10, you can rest, shake it out, and we'll go ahead and repeat it. So I'm gonna go through it one more time. We're gonna do roughly 10 walkouts and then 10 bridges. So again, driving into the ground, my back is flat, pushing up, about 3 steps. Each leg, keep those hips as high as you can. Good, now I'm just gonna do one more, I'll stop at 5. You can certainly go through more if you'd like. You can stop at 5, whatever's challenging for you. Perfect. So I got my 5 there, 5 to 10, and then I'm gonna go right into my bridges. Good. Again, just squeezing the backside, pushing those elbows hard into the ground, keeping that back flat. Good, and rest. Perfect. Good. So I'm gonna go ahead and stop there for those 2 movements. If you wanna go ahead and do more, feel free. Good place to pause the video now, maybe go through 1 to 3 more sets of that same thing, maybe about 10 walkouts, 10 bridges, okay? And then if you're gonna go ahead and move on with us, next thing we're gonna on is just a regular squat. We're going to continue working through this movement pattern, arguably one of the most important movement patterns we can do in the gym in general, and then specifically for our legs. Okay, so today we're just working body weight squats. Again, my feet are going to be maybe shoulder width apart or so. So finding my shoulders straight down on my ankles. My toes can be straight forward or you can turn them out a little bit, whatever's comfortable for you, okay? And what we're gonna do is we're just gonna knock out 3 sets of about 15 to 20 air squats, whatever's challenging for you. You can certainly do more, go up to 25, but I'm gonna challenge you to at least get 15 on this next exercise, okay? So we're gonna go, I'm just gonna knock out 10 just so you can get a good idea of what we're looking for. Okay, dropping down, elbows come together, open up at the top, good, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good, keep it going. Let's get 5 more on your own. Good, perfect. Once you got that 5, you can go up to 20 if you want, stop at 15, rest, shake it out, because we're gonna go ahead and get right back into it. Couple deep breaths, and whenever you're ready, here we go. Going again for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Let's get 5 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Good. Check it out. Perfect. Couple deep breaths. We're going to do 1 more set of these. Good. All right. Then when you're ready, get your foot stance set, nice and solid. And we have 15 more. Let's get it. Good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. Good. Check it out. Perfect. Good opportunity right now. Catch your breath. Maybe grab a quick drink of water, and we'll come back here in about 30 seconds. All right, guys. So we went through some hip bridges, some hamstring walkout curls, and some bodyweight squats. Next thing we're gonna move into is another lunge variation, okay? So we've worked on just a reverse lunge, we've worked on some lunge holds. Today, we're gonna do a front to back lunge, okay? So a little bit more dynamic of a movement, but all the same principles apply here, just as our other lunges before, okay? So go ahead and decide whatever leg you want to have be your stationary leg. Doesn't matter, left or right. I'm gonna go ahead and keep my left leg planted while I move my right leg. So I'm gonna start by stepping forward into a front lunge, right? Roughly about 90 degrees. I'm gonna push from my right. You can step to middle if you need to, and then I'm gonna step back. Step to middle if I need to, step forward. If you feel good with this, you can step from your front position to your back position, just stepping through. Okay, I'll go ahead and switch it up. Same thing, just legs here. So my right leg's planted, moving my left. Try to take your time, get quality lunges in. If you feel like you're losing your balance, just step to middle for a second, pause, and then keep it going. Okay, so that's a movement, really, really simple, just working on our regular lunges, okay? So we're gonna go through 3 rounds. We're gonna do about 8 reps. So front to back, that's 1. We're gonna do 8 on each side, okay? So I'll go ahead and get you started, but I want you to finish it off on your own. I'm gonna do the first 4 by myself. I'll count through it, and then the last 4 you're gonna do at home, okay? So I'll count them out. Ready? Good. 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4. Keep it going. 5, 5, 6, 6, 7, 7, and last 8, 8. Perfect. Okay, so if you completed those, let's go ahead and switch the legs, and we're gonna get right into it. Ready? Let's get it. 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4, 5, 5, 6, 6, 7, 7, 8, 8. Good work. Shake it out. Quick break. Take about 30 seconds or so. Couple deep breaths. And I want to have you guys go through 2 more rounds. So I'm not going to do them today. I already got my workout in, but you know what to do. It's a good opportunity. I'm going to have you pause it, and then let's go through 2 more rounds, 8 reps front, 8 reps back on each leg, 2 times through, okay? Perfect. And if you're back with us, last thing we're gonna do today, we're gonna go through a little bit of a finisher. I'm gonna move these mats. So make sure that if you're doing this on a hardwood floor like I am today, that you have shoes on, or at the very least, you're not just doing it in your socks. That way you don't slip, okay? So we're gonna do 2 movements back to back. First one, we're gonna do a lateral bound. These are also referred to as skaters or skater hops. So I'm gonna start at one direction, and if I'm pushing myself to my left-hand side, I'm going to push off my outside leg, land on my inside leg, okay? So we're just gonna land on that inside leg, then reverse it, little hop, pause, little hop, pause, and then we're gonna try to go as fast, as controlled as we can, okay? So just kind of getting the heart rate up, working a little bit harder. I want you guys to try to go for 30 seconds, okay? So I'll go ahead and go through 1 round here so you guys can kind of take a look. Doesn't have to be super far, a little bit of a bound. Make sure you're controlled. Get right into it. So we're going for 30 seconds, nice and easy, nice and controlled. If you feel like you got it down, speed it up a little bit, do a little bit longer of a bound, a little bit higher, whatever you need to do to make it a bit harder, okay? So that's the first exercise. Catch your breath. The second one, we're gonna do a jump squat or kind of a hop squat in place. So normal position, feet are about shoulder width apart, just like our squats we did before. Now, the only difference is as we come up, we're gonna try to get our feet to leave the ground, okay? And then as we come down, we're gonna control that movement down and go right back into our next repetitions. So it should look like this, explode up, and then we're just gonna get into a good rhythm there, okay? All right, breathe. Grab some water real quick, and then we're gonna go ahead and finish this off. All right, guys. So last thing, we're gonna go through those 2 movements. Now that you're ready, we have 30 seconds of our skaters, back and forth, as many reps as you can get in those 30 seconds. Then we're gonna go 30 seconds right into our jump squats, okay? So I'm gonna have you do this on your own. I don't need to do it. I'm gonna have you do it though. We have 3 rounds, 30 seconds of each. Time yourself on a watch, your phone, clock, whatever you have available to you. Go ahead and pause it and come back with us when you're done. All right, so if you're back with us, you did your 3 rounds, 30 seconds of our skaters, 30 seconds of our jump squats, okay? So now we're gonna go ahead and wrap things up. Heart rate should be high. I'm gonna have you just go ahead and lay down on your back. Go ahead and demonstrate. Feet are gonna be on the ground, palms to your side. You can close your eyes if you want, or keep them open. We're just gonna breathe. Taking some deep breaths, trying to let your heart rate come down. I'm going to take about a minute or two, just kind of hang out here. Just work on some deep breathing, relaxing your body. If it's comfortable, you can let those legs long. And lay here as long as you'd like. Perfect. Once you feel like your heart rate is kind of normalized, your breathing has come back to normal, have you sit on up, and that's it. All right, guys, that's all I have for you today. Short and sweet, a little lower body workout that you can do at home with no equipment whatsoever. Should only take you about 20 to 30 minutes. I know we kind of skipped a little bit of it, so go ahead, go back through it. You can complete more rounds. Again, 3 rounds, you can do 4, you can do 5. You can increase time, increase reps, whatever you need to do to make this workout effective. And I promise, no matter what your fitness level, you can get something out of this. So hopefully you guys will come back next time, join us. We'll have a little bit more of an upper body, some core work next time on Muscle and Hustle.